Hey, it's Kathleen with the Game of Life 101.com, the Game of Life. And I wanted to hop on here because I think I just want to kind of call this group the Mindset Mavericks. It just seems appropriate. But I've really been pondering a lot and doing a lot of self evaluation over the last 8 months since I left the corporate world. And I wanted to share my journey. Just like it feels like a fog's lifted. And I don't know if you've felt that before, or maybe you're feeling it right now, or you're like in a position in your life right now where you're struggling and you're like, man, I don't see a way out. I didn't see myself in this situation. And you're looking for clarity and confidence and direction, and you're not even sure how to visualize. Sometimes we are told, like, say these affirmations and to do visualizations and stuff, but we don't feel it. I've been doing that my whole life. And then I realized that I also had all these barriers up. So we have these moments, right, where life throws us all these curveballs. And if you think of it as a game, which is what I talk about in my book, it's it makes it like you can see things differently, and you know you can hit the ball back. So it throws you a curveball. It's coming at you, and you just take it like a figure eight and take that energy and transform it back. But when you do that, you send it back with love. So it throws you the curveball, and we find ourselves lost in this chaos and really becoming someone that we never intended to be. Like I didn't. I got married when I was in 26 and thought that was going to be heaven on earth. We belonged to golf courses and had a beach house and deep sea fishing. The outside seemed perfect, right? But the inside wasn't. I was getting abused, and it was not good. So I had become somebody that I never intended to be. And then, I left that and I started pouring myself into working and climbing the corporate ladder and traveling a lot. I had first class status on TWA. That dates me a little bit. I loved TWA, by the way. And yeah, first class status was sweet too. But I traveled all over, just in the US. And, it was just, I worked long hours and didn't really stop. And then I became a mom, and then a single mom, and worked my way up the corporate ladder again, and didn't really take time to breathe and really see people. So, as much of a blessing motherhood was, the weight of the world, the toxic relationships, led me down a path, and I lost myself. Oh, it's so sad, isn't it? Like when we lose ourselves, maybe you're there. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're like, I don't even recognize myself. I'm looking in the mirror and I know that's me, but I don't even recognize myself. And I was there for so long. And I did the things that society tells us, and I call them society in the book. Society tells us, it's full of propaganda, bullshit, and you climb the corporate ladder, or you work hard, or whatever it is that is your thing. For me, it was that. I could travel to beautiful places and stuff like that, but it was like I wasn't even there. I didn't even like really feel it. It was like being empty inside. And I wasn't aware of who I was, and I had unknowingly become a stranger to myself. Have you ever felt like that? And then came the shift. And there was lots of shifts. It wasn't like a one and done. It's been a process of shifts over the last couple of years, especially a lot of major shifts over the last couple of years. And I left the toxic relationship of work behind. Whew, is that toxic? Wow, on steroids. Like seriously. Corporate. Well, I was in pharma, so enough said. Um, but it was like being around a bunch of mindless, soulless people. Not everyone. There were some good people. Um, and I celebrated them and loved talking to them, and we could inspire each other. because we wouldn't talk about work related things. We would talk about real life things, and just since leaving there, it's just been this whole relief of letting go, layers and layers like an onion, just peeling it and realizing, and first of all, surrounding myself with like minded people who are kind hearted and are on a path and on a journey to help others and to be of service and to take their pains, their suffering, their extreme knowledge and really excelling and helping people on a large scale, and surrounding yourself around those people, and then joining groups here locally around good women that are doing things to better themselves, and being in that environment and everything has just really allowed me to take that warrior, that shield, those walls that I had around me, and just collapse them and be okay with that and know that I'm still going to be fine. And not only fine, but I can finally see. It's like when I let down these walls, let down the fog, and I can finally see. It's pulling back the veil on the illusion of deception that our world has around us sometimes, or that we've even created for ourselves, right? Because it's all about mindset. And truly seeing ourselves and seeing those around us and appreciating everything and appreciating them. I mean, would work 12 and 14-hour days, and I would be home working, but not see my sons really, because I was so into, oh, I've only got a minute for dinner and I got to get back to work. I mean, my God, I'm so horrified that I did that. It was like, who the hell was I? That is not who I intended to be anyway. That's not who I will be anymore. And so we can't change the past, but we can certainly change today in this moment. And I just want to, like, before I close out, I want to say that of all of that, recognize the little things that you have accomplished and the big things, and give yourself kudos, because your subconscious mind is always listening. Okay. So when people are like, I do cancel clear all the time. I talk about that in my book. And so when people say something negative, I'm like, cancel clear, cancel clear. I literally have a whiteboard over here, and I like write it and scratch on it and like think of it, clearing it. So I just want to say, like, I wanted a nicer house to move my kids into. And then we did. And I was just like, okay, I'm going through the motions, unpacking everything. This is our house. It's no big deal. I didn't celebrate it. So I didn't really tell my subconscious mind, oh, I want more good things like this. I always wanted to write a book. I wrote about it in journals, and I wrote about it for so long. I always wanted to write a book since second grade. I finally write a book, and I act like it's no big deal. And so I don't promote myself. I don't go out there. I don't be like, hey, not only did I write this book, it's a freaking kick-ass book. And it needs to be shared with everybody. So it's like, stop downplaying those things that you're doing that are like that. So hopefully you can relate to that. And I would love for you to comment and say, yeah, I did. I did this. I left a toxic relationship. Hell, get up and fucking earn and celebrate. And like, do a happy dance that you did that. That is amazing and good if you did that. Or you had to cut some friends out of your life because they're on a different path than you. And, it's so hard to do. So give yourself kudos and celebrate that and be like, yeah, I'm kick ass. Okay, I did do that. Or you left a job, or you got a job, or you started your own business, or you took a risk on something and it panned out. And whatever it is, your celebrations, share them with our community here in the Game of Life 101 on Facebook, Telegram. I'm not that active on Instagram, but share that, and let's build a community of support where I really want to know this. I want us to share these stories so that we can help each other tear down our walls and just let our light shine. Find that hero inside you. I know it's there. I know, because I'm just discovering my own, and it's been coming out little by little. But I want to hear your stories, and I want to hear how your celebrations and what you've done, and your triumphs and your struggles. And so together we can lift each other up and build a strong community of support. Anyway, I hope this resonates. This is like my first share on the journey of like who I'm going to become. So I want to do this like periodically through the next year, because I want to look back and be like, where was I this time last year? And where am I now? Because I did that visualization. I did a blueprint for success with a group of people in January, and I might just go ahead and share, record one, and then so that you can do that. It's a visualization technique that I walk through, and it's kind of fun because we go back in time, we go forward in time. Anyway, um, I'm going to do that for the next year as share, so I can look back in a year and go, oh my gosh, look, look how far I've come, or look what I did, or what could I do differently, and constantly evaluate, like what more could I do, or what like probably not do. Anyway, I hope this helps, and thank you for your time. Like and share, and please comment. Thanks so much, and have a great day or night. It is, for the record, February 7th of 2024. And to my visit, Mindset Mavericks. Play the game and have some fun. Good night.